Hello, Forever North America. We welcome you to this most anticipated webinar of the year, where we will be launching a very exciting global rally incentive. Now, here to get us started today, we have none other than our president of Forever Living Products International. Would you welcome Mr. Greg Mon? And Greg, we want to thank you very much for joining us today.
Okay, happy Friday to you all, and it's great to be able to come to you today. I was just thinking how for most of you I only get to see you maybe once or twice a year, and for others it may be every other year. So it's really nice to be able to come and say hi, and first of all to say thank you for being a part of the Forever family and for all that you do to help others achieve what they want to as you're trying to achieve what you desire, and appreciate all that you do. And I also want to give a shout out to our friends down in Texas, especially in Houston and the area where Hurricane Harvey has affected you so much, and want you to know our hearts go out to you and that we're doing all we can to help. Not sure if you have heard, but Forever Giving has helped out tremendously with meals and with products and any assistance that we can give. So we hope that you're safe and that you're starting to get back to life again in a normal way and rebuild what you need to, and we're here to support and help you. You know, and that's really what Forever is all about, and why we've come to you today is we truly want to help you achieve what it is you desire and what it is you want to achieve in your life. And that's really what Forever is all about. And you know, we've talked a lot recently about the potential that we have here to grow in North America. And it's just amazing when you start to think the amount of people that we have and the amount of opportunities that we have here. We really have a tremendous potential to grow. And of course, taking into the opportunity of having the global rally coming here next year, coming home for our 40th anniversary, we want to take advantage of that in every way in order to help build our business bigger and better and stronger here in North America. So we've been discussing a lot of different things and ideas that we can do to help you grow and to create some excitement, and not only just short-term excitement, but to look longer term and be able to do things that will help us build a sustainable business that will continue to grow even way beyond the global rally. And for those of you that may not know, since we've initiated the global rally, we've seen some tremendous increases in business and sales and bonuses and FBOs in those places that we held the global rally. For example, Hawaii or Singapore or Johannesburg or Dubai. When we look at after the global rally and the effect that we've had in the area, bringing all the leaders there and all the activities that are going on during the week, the sales in each of those areas have grown tremendously after the global rally. More new recruits, the sales going up, and the business building bigger and better. So it's definitely had a tremendous positive effect, and we want that same kind of effect here in North America when we come to Dallas next year. So one of the things we're going to be doing coming up in the next months is really focusing on how we can take advantage of the global rally in the sense of trying to bring new recruits to our business, because really that's where we're going to see the growth. If we can, each one of us, focus on how can we promote and recruit new people into the business, not just signing them up, not just getting them to AS, but helping them move way beyond that, getting them to understand what they need to do to get to supervisor and then move to manager, and then go to Eagle manager, and so forth. So in order to do that, we've discussed many trainings that we could do, but there's nothing more better, in my opinion, than to listen to the experts and listen to those who are in the action right now, who are achieving the success, who are doing the right things, following the right principles to get the success that we're all looking for, and they are getting that success. And so when we talk about that in our business, of course, we look to our global leadership team, and we've been discussing a lot with them about the ideas that we can do to help build our business here in North America. And there's nobody that I can think that would be better to help us and to guide us and to teach us the proper principles of our business than the person that you're going to hear today and beyond in the next months to come, because she's agreed to share her extremely important time that she has to help us here in North America. And we are so privileged and honored to have this person give up their time and say, look, I am on the team and I want to help the team members, whether they're in my downline or not. And so we're really privileged and honored to have her, and thank her so much. She has been a phenomenal FBO in our business, one of the greatest leaders we've ever had. One day I'm sure we'll have a Hall of Fame, and she will be one of the first ones inducted into that. She has been such a tremendous example to all of us. She works so hard, not just says the right things, not just does the right things, but is the example to all of us of what we need to do in order to be successful in our business. She's no doubt one of the most successful leaders we have in our business. You all seen her on stage a million times receiving the big checks. And the reason, it's not because she's lucky, it's because she knows what she's doing, and she's going to teach you how to do that now. So this is a great opportunity for each one of us, not just to listen to her, but to actually understand what she has to say and take those things and put them into action and prove that those things can help and benefit us. And I promise you they will. So right now I'm going to turn the time over to one of my best friends. This lady has just done so much for not just Forever Living, but for network marketing in general around the world. She's a huge influence to all, and I'm so proud to have her on today to help us increase our business here in North America and help each one of us become more successful. So please, will you welcome our none other than from the UK, our lovely Jayne Leach. Take it away, Jayne.
Hey, Greg, thank you so much for that amazing build-up. Even though I'm sat here all by myself in my office at home, I know that I'm broadcasting to literally hundreds, maybe over 1,000 people tonight. And for you to be able to share those very generous words with everybody, it's really humbling. And, Forever has been a life-changing experience for us. And I always say to people, if you cut me, when I bleed, I don't bleed red, I bleed green, because I'm aloe through and through. But more importantly, I am forever. And it's just a privilege to be part of this company, part of something that your father started all those years ago. So thank you for the opportunity. So I'm going to share with you tonight some ideas, some thoughts, some concepts, some of my experiences. But more importantly, this next sort of 40 minutes that we're sharing together is to get you ready for something really, really, really big. But before I go into that, let me just maybe tell you a little bit about myself and really how I come to be where I am today. Because, Greg very generously said that I was a professional networker and one of the top leaders in Forever. and I am, but it wasn't always like that. I joined Forever Living 24 years ago. In fact, it was my 24th birthday in Forever a couple of weeks ago. It was on the 13th of August. But it only feels like yesterday that my friend showed me the business. And what's really interesting is when you're doing something you love and you're really passionate about it, it never feels like work. It feels like your purpose, your very being, and the reward you get from helping others, from making a difference in other people's lives is just incredible. When I joined Forever, and I think this is something that you really need to internalize right now, everything that I talk about, there'll be little nuggets of training in my stories, but when I joined Forever along with John, I didn't join Forever to give it a go. I didn't join Forever to try. I didn't join Forever to see if it would work. I joined Forever to be successful. Because at the point that I registered and got my ID number, I'd done my research, done my due diligence, tried the products, had all my questions answered regarding the marketing plan and the potential. So that moment that I registered with Forever and got my ID number, I was ready to go to work, ready to be successful. And I believe that that mental mindset of committing to something because you have joined to be successful is a large part of the way that you're going to start your business. It's a large part of the mental process. It's a large part of the way you handle every single business building discipline that's going to be coming your way. So went to work, initially very part-time, around 4 kids. I was still working. I had horses, sheep, a big farm. My background was farming, so I was still very much committed to a full-time job. But in every single spare minute I had, I was completely focused on Forever. I went to supervisor in 6 weeks and manager in 14 weeks. And that was quite unique because here in the UK at that time, there was no trainings, no meetings, no infrastructure, no success days. There was nothing in place because Forever had only been open for literally 3 or 4 months when I first came across the company. And the one thing I learned very, very quickly was that as I began to recruit and build a business, I needed to develop a system that would enable me to manage people effectively and create duplication quickly. Because, as Greg just said, there's no point recruiting somebody and then doing nothing with them. You may as well not bother. It doesn't make any sense. You know, when we recruit somebody, I believe we have a responsibility to help that person become the best that they can be around the goals that they've set for themselves. So very quickly, within that first 14 weeks, I realized that I needed to develop some kind of system. And John and I sat down all those years ago and we began to develop a process that would enable us to be more effective. And interestingly, that process has now gone on to become the first steps to manager. And I'm going to be talking a lot more about that over the next few weeks. But interestingly, once we began to implement a process, we began to see our business grow even quicker. I did car plan in 8 months, senior manager in my first year, soaring manager in the second year, sapphire manager in the 4th year, diamond sapphire in the 5th year, and diamond in my 7th year. And the rest, as they say, is history. But there was one defining moment for me, and I can remember it as clear as it were yesterday. And that was when I attended my first ever rally with Forever Living. And in those days, it was referred to as the USA Super Rally. And I cannot tell you, I cannot even begin to tell you the difference being at that event made to me personally. And I think it was for many, many reasons. And it was in San Francisco. I'd never been to the States before. So getting on a plane and doing a long haul flight and just coming to America was exciting enough. But going to a rally was mind-blowing. You know, to be in a room full of excited forever people, and I felt so small, so insignificant. I was, you know, I was barely a new senior manager, and I was surrounded by these giants in forever living. I was seeing all the leaders go on the stage. I was seeing people get recognized. They gave away a brand new car on that very first rally I went to. They launched new products. There was trainings, there was parties, there was, oh my goodness, even now talking about it, I feel like I'm back there in San Francisco. But you know something, I couldn't get enough. I couldn't get enough. I didn't want the event to end. But you know, it did end, and I came home, and literally the minute the plane landed in the UK, I went to work. And you know, now here I am, a diamond manager, GLT member, a business in over 30 countries around the world, probably one of about the second largest business in forever is our team. And so many of the top leaders around the world in my team. That was a goal. I actually wanted to have a lot of the top people around the globe in my team. I think we've got 12 of the GLT currently now in our group, and I know there's 4 or 5 or maybe 6 new people joining the GLT this year. All have come from the team, the structure, and I guess really the excitement I gained from that very, very, very first rally I ever went to. So I've shared a little bit about that with you, but you know, what does it mean to you? What does it mean to all of you guys sitting at home now, somewhere in the USA, maybe in Canada, listening to me talk? Well, I hope the first thing that you can feel is my excitement. I hope you can feel that just by us talking now tonight on this webinar. I hope you can feel that excitement, because let me tell you that you are about to witness something that is so exciting, that is going to be so life-changing, that you are going to have the very same memories that I've just shared with you about my first rally, about this rally in the years to come. It is one of the biggest privileges that the company can give to any country, is to allow it to host a global rally. And sometimes I don't think the FBOs really understand that enough, you know, because sometimes I think, and I remember when it was, when we were in Hawaii and it was launched that it was going to be in London, so many of the British FBOs said, no, we don't want it to be in London. We love being on the beach in Hawaii. We love the sea and the sand and the blue ocean. And I was like, yes, please, bring it home to the UK, because I knew the impact that was going to have. So what does it mean for all of you guys with the rally coming home to the USA and to Canada? And I want to share a few statistics with you right now as to exactly what it's going to mean for you all. You know, the first global rally was in 2013 in Hawaii. And I think that was my 3rd trip to Hawaii with Forever. And I have to say, it's one of the most beautiful places in the world to host a rally. But what was interesting, as a result of that rally, the business grew in Hawaii by over 500% once we all left. Now, can you imagine the difference that made in people's incomes, to their lifestyles, to their goals, to their families? To have had the input of a global rally, the input of the leaders, and then to capitalize on that at the end and see that kind of growth. But it didn't stop there, because when it came to London, oh my goodness, let me tell you, it was unbelievable what happened as a result of it coming to London. And I'm going to share with you in a minute how we prepared for 7 or 8, 9 months before it actually came to London in the April. Now we had the O2 Arena, and the O2 Arena holds 20,000 plus people. We were sold out, but that was our goal. That was a collective goal from the UK and also some of the European distributors as well. So 2014 saw the UK in London host the global rally. I can't tell you what it was like to walk out on a stage, to 20,000 plus excited forever FBOs. Oh my goodness, my knees are shaking just now, remembering it and thinking about it. But you know, when all the excitement was gone, when everybody had gone home, when it was just the UK-based FBOs, we went to work with a vengeance. And by the end of 2014, the UK business had grown by over 150%. But it wasn't what happened in 2014, it was what happened in 2015 and 2016 as we began to capitalize on that one event in April in London at the O2 Arena. Now, after London, we went to Singapore, and Singapore was phenomenal. And it saw a huge influx of Asian FBOs committing to coming to that event. Singapore had over 250% more registrations in 2015, and Malaysia grew by 49% in 2015 as a result of having the rally in Singapore. We then went on to South Africa. Now this has been a phenomenal success story because we had the rally in Johannesburg. There were over 10,000 people in attendance, and I know for a fact that we could have probably put 15,000 in there, but the venue just didn't hold anymore. But just in the rest of that year, as a result of having the rally in Johannesburg, it grew by 41%. And I know in 2017 already, it's gone crazy, absolutely crazy. They're seeing unprecedented growth there right now. But it didn't just happen as a result of that one event. It happened about the reason the growth happened was because of the way we worked pre the event, and then the way we worked post the event. And then, of course, this year we saw the rally in Dubai. And the rally in Dubai was Dubai and the Middle East. And can you believe it? They had a 91% growth in the first 6 months of 2017 and over 130% more registrations. And I already know that even now today, it's absolutely booming. You know, some of my team out there are seeing growth like they've never seen before, all because of the rally and the impact it has when an event comes to your country. So what about the USA? What are we going to be saying about the USA once we've had the rally there in 2018? What are we going to be saying 6 months after the rally's been there? Are we going to be saying we're seeing growth of 20 or 30%, or are we going to be saying, no, let's do 100, let's do 200%? You know, let's have a goal, let's put USA on the map. Let's make it the biggest, the greatest, the most effective rally that the world has ever seen. Because you know what's really, really exciting about this? Is as a result of the rally coming home to you to celebrate 40 years of excellence in forever living, we're going to see new diamonds emerge. We're going to see new chairman's bonus achievers, and we're going to see bigger checks collected by the American FBOs than ever before. We're going to see new Eagle managers. We're going to see gem managers coming through, Sapphire, Diamond Sapphire. But more importantly, we're going to see the next generation of leaders make their mark and really begin to create a new momentum in the USA like you've never seen before. And that's one of the most exciting things about having a global rally. Very often you see brand new FBOs coming, like I did when I first went to San Francisco, quite new in the business, maybe not very experienced, but they come to the rally, they absorb everything, they internalize it, and then importantly, they go and apply it. So I think the reason that I am so excited is because I know what's coming. I absolutely can guarantee you we are going to see something very, very big as a result of the rally coming to the USA next year. Now, how do you prepare to maximize on the rally coming over to you? Because it is really important. It's not just a date in the diary, and it's not just an event that's going to happen within, I think it's 8 or 9 months' time. It's an event that needs planning for and strategizing for right now, as of today, 1st of September. We couldn't be on a call at a better time than today, the 1st of September. Because we have a lot of work to do as a team. And when I say we, I really feel very proud and privileged, and I'm also giving up quite a lot of my time to put some input into the FBOs in the USA and Canada to help you get ready for this event. And the first thing that we have to understand with any event is the ability to be a good promoter. Because promotion is a skill, it's something we all have to learn, and it's something that we all have to understand. And I want to talk to you a little bit about promotion, strategizing, making sure that every day, every week, every month until the rally arrives, that we are on point, on purpose with the way we're promoting, encouraging and developing our teams, so we can have many, 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 many of our teams at the event. So promoting is a skill, you know, whether we're promoting a business presentation, whether we're promoting a group sizzle, whether we're promoting a success day, whether we're promoting a rally, it's a skill, it's something that we have to learn. And if we learn it, I promise you, it will serve you really, really well. It's not difficult to learn, but it is a habit that we have to internalize and work on every single day in order to make sure that we leave no stone unturned, and that we make sure that every single person that we can influence in the right way to be at the rally for reasons that best suit and benefit them. So let's have a look at how we do that. Well, the first thing is you need to be committed. You need to be committed yourselves to being at the rally. You know, I'm not doing this call tonight for a warm feeling. I'm not doing this call tonight for my ego. I'm doing this call tonight because I believe that collectively, we, me, you, the Home Office, we can make a difference. But we can only make a difference if we're committed. And that means we have to be committed to coming to the rally ourselves. We have to be committed to the journey that starts today up until when we arrive at the stadium with our rally gear on, ready to participate. And that means the dates need to be in your diary. That's a good start. You know, the 22nd to the 30th of April next year, that's Rally Week. We need to make sure we clear our diaries. We need to make sure we've got childcare, or we bring the children with us. We need to know we've taken time off work if we're still working. We need to know if we're not working, that we're doing forever full time. We need to know all the detail of how we get there, where we're going to stay, who we're going to be bringing with us. Because that commitment that we make today is not made just because it's a good thing to say, hey, I'm on Jayne's webinar, she says I need to be committed, guess what, I'll put the dates in the diary. No, 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 no. That commitment is far more than just saying I'll be there. It's about being part of the game plan that we're going to put in place for each and every one of us to participate in over the next few months. So you need to be passionate. Passionate about forever, passionate about the product, passionate about the opportunity, passionate about your team, passionate about getting as many people to the rally that you possibly can. This needs to be a real focus for you. And the way that we do that is we begin to look at certain areas that we can influence. And when we look at the passion that we share with our team, we need to look at the people that we're going to attract. So the first of all, you need to look at what I call your active team. Now, you know, your active team are the people that you have in your teams right now who are doing some activity, whether it's placing a 1cc order every month, whether it's 4cc active, whether it's someone that's 4cc active through retailing and also recruiting. These are people that are connected to the business, and we need to begin to empower them and impassion them about the opportunity to be at the rally. So we need to start talking about that right now to these people in our teams. We need to be talking to our friends and families. We need to be asking them to come see what we're involved in. Now, here's one of the ways that that works really, really well. I always think you get your friends and family to a rally if you're asking them to come and see you being recognized for something that you've achieved, or for coming to see the opportunity that you're involved in, because it means so much to you, you want them to see why you're so passionate about this opportunity. Because very often the people who are on the peripherals of what we do, they don't see what we see. They don't know what we know. And so very often it's about engaging them in an event where they can go, oh my goodness, now I get it. The times that I've said to my team, especially when I'm working with couples where maybe I'm working with a cracking woman and her husband is just a bit negative, just a bit kind of, you know, doesn't get what she's doing, maybe it's not all that positive, and I say to her, get into the rally, get in to come and see what's going on. Or it could be the other way. You know, very often we're working with passionate guys and their wives or their significant others don't get what they're doing. Well, you know, buy them a ticket. Tell them they need to come and see why you're so passionate about Forever and why you've chosen this company to be the vehicle to allowing you to achieve all your goals and dreams, which of course benefits your loved ones along the way. You also then need to understand the power for focus, because unless we're focused on what we're doing, it becomes what I call in the moment passion. That passion is now, tomorrow, maybe next week, but unless you're really focused on what it is you're trying to achieve, that passion can sort of drop by the by. So I want you to think about the impending event that's coming up, this impending event that's coming to Dallas. You know, it's going to take a real focus from each and every one of you on this call that's serious about building your business over the next few months, but more importantly, capitalizing on the rally for the year after 2018 into 2019. So you need a real focus over the next 8 months to come. You need to be more productive than you've ever been before. You need to be more committed to your daily activity than you've ever been before. You need to be more focused on achieving, up-leveling to another position than you've ever been before. You need to be more committed and more focused on developing the skills than you've ever been before. We know from a fact that when we had the announcement that the rally was coming to London, that we had a relatively small period of time, and it was about the same that you guys have got, it was about 8-9 months, where we knew that if we didn't work harder than we've ever worked before, did more meetings than we've ever done before, make more phone calls, do more one-to-ones, recruit more people, then that we would miss out on the golden opportunity. So we were very, very focused on making each and every minute, hour, day, week, month count. Because here's the thing, you can't get back time. You can't get back the time that you wasted. And the clock is ticking. And let me tell you, the next few months are going to go really, really quickly. And also you need to promote the benefits. I mean, it's not just about saying come to a rally. There's going to be a lot of rah-rah, a lot of singing, dancing, clapping and cheering. This actually is not about that part of the rally. If you want to entice people to come along, if you want to influence people to come along, you've got to promote the benefit of why people need to be in that room. You know, you need to know who the speakers are going to be. Who are the keynote speakers? Who are the speakers you know that if you put your team in front of, just having half an hour with them or an hour with them, you know that they're going to change their view on the business. So you need to promote the speakers, you need to promote the event, you need to promote the fact there's going to be new products launched. You need to promote the fact there's going to be the chairman's bonus checks given out. You need to promote something that I think is unique in the industry, and that is 40 years of excellence in over 150 countries around the world. You know, I'm so in awe of Rex Smawn and what he has achieved. From an idea, a concept all those years ago to a global phenomenon that it is today. Just that one key point needs celebrating. It needs people to be in attendance, to be able to show our gratitude, our respect to a man that has changed more lives around the world than anybody else that I know. So we need to promote that with passion, with belief, with integrity. So promoting the speakers, the new products, the chairman's bonus checks, the fact that Rex is going to be there, promoting the parties, the training, the sizzles, the chance to mix and mingle with all the top people. You know, this is going to be a life-changing 2 or 3 days. Remember, I went to a rally 23 years ago that changed my life forever. Look at what it's done for me, and I know it can do the same for you. So the next thing is you need to have a plan to maximize on the rally and to maximize how it's going to return, show a return for you. So this is how I plan for rally. Now I'm only going to give you a brief overview tonight because in the coming weeks and months, I'm going to be going into a lot more detail about all the key skills that you need to learn to become a professional networker and to achieve your goals, to step into your brilliance, to become more successful than you ever dreamt possible. So here's how I prepared for the rally in London. This was my personal commitment to my business, my team, and the UK. The first thing that I did is I got in touch with all of the managers and I held several manager meetings all around the country in the UK. Now, I know the UK is quite small compared to the USA, but each and every one of you on this call tonight, if you're a manager, you will have either maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or maybe dozens of managers in your team. The first job that you need to do is bring those people together. If you're working with people locally, come together in a home, in a small venue, maybe online via a webinar, but you need to come together and you need to really explain the benefit of the rally coming to the USA and how you're going to work as a team to make sure that you're going to maximize on the potential return. And so what I did is I got all the managers together and I did a really in-depth day's training. A day's training on why they need to be at the rally, how they need to structure for being at the rally, how they needed to grow their non-manager business, how they needed to promote. I taught them all how to promote. We ran incentives for how they could bring their teams to the event. We had incentives running for bringing new team members. We had small incentives running for the person who sold the most tickets, but not just sold the ticket, actually got somebody to bring themselves to the event with that ticket. We worked hard on developing non-manager businesses. So in other words, we made sure that a manager didn't just come with a medium manager business. We wanted managers to come with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 of their non-manager team to the event. We did incentives so people could win free tickets. We ran retailing contests. We did recruiting contests. We did personal business contests. We did, I did loads and loads of events for people so they could use me as a prize. So people would put on monthly events to get people excited about qualifying for the rally. And as a result of qualifying, they also got to come and spend some time with me as well, which meant that I ran some small events just before the rally for all the achievers. So they got up close and personal with me. And you know, all of these things are going to help create excitement. And when you create motion, commotion, when you create momentum and energy, your business takes on a life of its own. Your business will grow at a pace that you've never seen before, but you've got to start that momentum off by creating excitement within your teams. I created a huge excitement around the fact that the rally was coming to the UK, and we set the target of having 8,000 people to the event in London. That was our target, that became our mantra. 8,000 was printed on all the trainings, on all the webinars. It was just 8,000, 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. And you know, that became the goal that we were focusing towards, was to have 8,000 from the team at the event. Because, you know, the impact that that event had on 8,000 people was phenomenal. Far greater impact than I could have had on 8,000 people just by myself. And this is kind of where I want you to understand. It's the impact the event will have on your people. So the more people you have at the event, the greater impact it will have, and the greater your business will grow once the event has gone and we've all gone home. The month before the event, I did a recruiting campaign, and that was all based around people that joined the business with 2 case credits and then up-leveled to 4K credits before the month end, and that was really successful. And we'll go into that in a bit more detail a bit later on. And people who did that, we paid for their rally ticket for them, because the reality is the return you get on a new FBO doing 4K credits, you've got the profit in that to buy a raffle ticket and to maybe even buy lunch for them or something, knowing that the return is going to be phenomenal. So, sorry, I've just gone ahead too quickly. Also, you need to hold recognition events for everybody that is achieving and connected to wanting to be at the rally. We hold lots of small sizzles around our kitchen tables, bringing people together, empowering people, recognizing people for their efforts. You know, basically, we were just on point, on purpose every single day. I encouraged my leaders who were living in areas to get together and work together. I thought that made people more effective. So if I had 7 or 8 managers in one town, I would encourage those managers to come together, to run regular weekly meetings, business presentations for recruiting, retail trainings for the retail side, and once a month small trainings and recognition. So really, we were all on purpose. We were creating massive excitement about the event that was coming to the UK. And you can do the same. But in order to do the same, you have to make those first steps count. Now, very quickly, in order to make those first steps count, in order to help you achieve maybe things that you've never achieved before, we're going to share something with you. But before we do that, let me maybe share a little bit about how this came about. I have a massive team in South Africa. In fact, most of South Africa is in my business. And I'm really, really proud of that. But, you know, what you see today is not the result of what's happening today. It's the result of all the work I've put in over the last 4 or 5 years. That was a big commitment to be on a plane 3, 4, 5 times a year, to fly out for a week, to work extensively with the people who wanted to work and to develop, and to really grow the next generation of leaders. And when we heard that the rally was coming to South Africa, John and I went into overdrive to make sure that South Africa and our team knew how to capitalize on the fact the rally was coming to them. And we put an incentive in place that really, really captured the imagination of all the FBOs and had the most phenomenal results. And I was chatting to the Home Office, to Garen, to Nick recently, and we were talking about an incentive that we could run in the USA, and I shared the incentive that we ran in South Africa and the results that we got from it, and they were pretty excited about that. And once the incentive was implemented, we went to work there, and as a result, within 6 months of running that incentive, we had over 300 new managers. Yep, that's right, 300 new managers in the business in South Africa within 6 months as a result of running that incentive. And as a result of us going over a couple of times to really work with those people who wanted us to work with them. So really what I want to do now, because I'm sure you're all saying, Jayne, what is it? What is it? What did you do? What did you launch? What I want to do now is say, first of all, thank you to the Home Office for not only embracing the incentive, but I think for making it phenomenal for you, but also for making the incentive multi-level. So in other words, there's something here for everybody. And I want to share very quickly now the rules for you, so you can see and decide which level suits you best. But here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to play small. I want you all to focus on this top level, although we have got some levels for people that find it more comfortable, maybe lower down. So the first part of the incentive is what we call Race to Manager. And this is the incentive that we ran in South Africa, where we got 300 plus new managers in 6 months. Now, what you get to win, if you participate in this and qualify, is 2 tickets to an exclusive Manager to Diamond Manager training that myself and 4 other key leaders will run. This will be a 2 to 2.5 training, and this training will show every manager how to build a chairman's bonus check, how to become an eagle, how to become a gem manager, and more importantly, how to begin to move up to those large incomes, those 6-figure incomes that all professional networkers want to access. You'll also get 2 tickets to the Global Rally, a Forever Global goodie bag, and a private tour of Alabama of America. So phenomenal what you're going to get as a result of doing the job that you get paid to do anyway. So what do you have to do to win that? Well, you need to achieve the position of manager or higher within the 6-month incentive period. And that incentive period runs from today, starts today, and runs until the end of February 2018. So you've got 6 months, guys. 6 months to go crazy. 6 months to build your business. 6 months to get to manager. Now, there are people on this call tonight who are saying, well, I'm already a manager. How can I qualify? Well, if you're already a manager, then to qualify to be at that priceless training that me and some of my leaders are going to run, then you need to re-qualify as a manager with brand new business starting today. Really simple. You need to re-qualify as a manager with new business starting today. Or you need to personally recruit as of today. Nobody you recruited last week, last month, or last year. You need to recruit going forward as of today at least 2 people who you help get to supervisor. So this is a really nice incentive. Anybody can achieve it. Brand new person, go boom, I'm going to be a new manager. Manager is on the call can say, okay, I'm going to qualify as a manager with new businesses as of today, or you know what, I'm going to develop 2 supervisors as of today. And you're going to win, I believe, world-class training that will totally change the way that you see your business going forward. You cannot afford to miss this event. You can't afford to. And also, in winning the 2 tickets to this exclusive private training, you will have moved your business on phenomenally in the next 6 months anyway. Now, the next level is what we call Race to Supervisor. Now, we've put this in because this appeals to people who may not yet be ready to want to put the work in to get to manager. But more importantly, this has been put in because this incentive is going to help you when you're recruiting between now and the incentive close. So if you recruit people today, next week, next month, up until the end of the year, first week in January, first week in January, you know that you can incentivize them and say, come on guys, let's go to work, because I'm going to help you get to supervisor. Because when you get to supervisor, you're going to get two tickets to the exclusive supervisor to manager and beyond training with Diamond Manager Jayne Leach and some of her key leaders. Now, let me share with you how powerful this is. I was in Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona, in February of this year. So February, March, April, May, June, July, August 1st, 6 months ago. And at that event, I only had half an hour to speak. And it was a great event. We met some incredible FBOs at that event. Oh my goodness, I would dearly love to have recruited you myself. Phenomenal quality, phenomenal attitude, the next generation of forever leaders. And there was one girl that came to me and she said, Jayne, I'm so inspired by what you've achieved. I'm so inspired. I'm just an assistant supervisor. What advice have you got for me to get to manager? Now, I took 15 minutes with her. That's all I had. It's the only time I had. And in that 15 minutes, I gave her some key nuggets, some key advice. I shared some really powerful words of wisdom with her. And what was interesting, literally a couple of days ago, I got a message from her. Her name was Sabina, and she said, Jayne, I have to tell you something. I put everything you shared with me in those 15 minutes into practice, and I went manager on the 1st of August. And just talking about it, I get emotional because that to me is what this business is all about. The ability with our experience, our wisdom, our success to be able to reach out and say, hey, I can help you. Listen to me, really listen to me, and then go and apply. So this training for new supervisors, again, will be priceless. I guarantee when they come to this training, they're going to go manager in a heartbeat once they've been to it. Now, you've got to achieve the position of supervisor within the 6-month incentive period, 1st of September till the end of February. Now, we also recognise that there are people who don't want to build big businesses, but they are hugely valued as part of our teams. They are hugely valued in Forever. They are the lifeblood of who we are, what we do, and what we stand for. And these are our phenomenal retailers. And we want the retailers to be rewarded for their input as well. So we've got a race to retail incentive for everybody that wants to be a great retailer, but doesn't necessarily want to build a big business. And this is going to be brilliant because starting today, 1st of September, excuse me a minute. Starting today, 1st of September, every month, September, October, November, December, January, February, if you do 5 case credits personally every single month for 6 months, you are going to become to an exclusive training that I'm going to be running with some of my amazing top retailers, and we're going to teach you how to become a retail rock star. We're going to show you how to retail 10, 15, 20 case credits per month every single month. You won't want to miss it. We're going to be sharing methods of retailing with you that maybe you're not even familiar with right now today. So we believe there is something for absolutely everybody on this call tonight, but more importantly, for all of the team members that are not on this call that you say, oh my goodness, I wish they'd been on this call, and for all the people that you're going to recruit going forward. Something for everybody. Everybody gets rewarded if we come together and work as a team. So you're probably sitting there and thinking, well, this all sounds really good, but how? How do I do all this? How do I move to supervisor? How do I get to manager? How do I become a retail superstar? Well, here's what we're going to do for you. And I'm really excited about this. We are going to be running, I am going to be running with some of my leaders over the next few weeks and months, a series of online trainings. I've just got to confirm the dates with the Home Office, but they will be released to you very soon. A series of online trainings that I've developed for my team and have implemented all around the world that we are going to share with you. So you have no reason to fail, and you have every reason because of our input to succeed. We are also going to put together a brand new Facebook group where I will be regularly putting words of wisdom into there. We'll be doing Facebook Live trainings. We'll be answering your questions. We'll basically be supporting those that deserve to be supported. This Facebook group, which is called Focus on Success USA and Canada, is for people who are on point, on purpose, and totally committed to achieving one of the levels of the incentive. It is not a place for negativity, for moaning, for complaining, for asking stupid questions or making non-compliant statements. Sorry to be a bit blunt, but this is not the platform for that. This is the platform for people who are absolutely on fire and have now, by this point, as a result of this webinar, captured the relevance, the importance, and the very magnitude of what's coming to the USA, with 40 years of global excellence being recognized by the rally being in Dallas. So you can all go ahead and sign up to the Facebook group. I know that it's being monitored by the USA, that you'll be accepted by admin. It's only for the USA and Canada. This is not for people in other countries. It's purely a local initiative to help you become more and more effective in building your business, winning the incentive, taking part in the global event, but more importantly, being part of the growth that's going to happen in the 12 to 24 months post-rally. I think really that's the key thing here, is the excitement leading up to the rally, capitalizing on the rally, and then 2 years of hard work afterwards to capitalize on post-rally experience. So I am uber excited. In fact, I'm so excited. Not only am I doing the trainings online, setting up the Facebook group, but I'm going to come to the US before the end of the year to do a couple of live trainings as well. And again, dates and venues will be launched fairly soon. Make sure you're at the events. So let's just wrap up the evening, because I've taken up nearly an hour of your time. As you can see, I'm excited, I'm motivated, I'm inspired. I hope some of that has rubbed off on you tonight. But let's just maybe quieten it down now and realise the very magnitude of what's going to happen when the rally comes to the USA. You know, when you bring people with you to a rally, you change their vision. Just being at the rally, you are going to change their state. You're going to take them from a small thinker to a big thinker. You're going to take them from someone who takes little action to massive action. But by getting someone to a rally, I promise you, you're going to change their vision. And in changing their vision, that means you change their belief. And I believe belief is fundamental to success. You know, people need to believe in forever. Believe in forever, whereby it matters not that anybody laughs at them, ridicules them, tells them they're mad, they're crazy, it will never work, get a proper job. Their belief is rock solid in forever. I believe that people need to have rock solid belief in the products. You know, all of us over the years have used a product range that we've become so familiar with that sometimes I believe we forget just how amazing the products are, because we're just so comfortable with them. You know, I had a situation the other day where, and I'm not going to make any medical claims, but I had a guy come to me with quite a nasty challenge, and I recommended a product, and literally within days, you couldn't believe what you saw with the results with the product. And that just reinforced my belief. I knew the products were brilliant, but hey, that just reinforced my belief over and over again. People need to believe in the industry. This industry of network marketing that we're involved in is one of the most powerful methodologies, the most powerful ways of changing someone's life in the world today. The ordinary man, woman can join this business with no skills, no prior experience. They can embrace learning, they can embrace being a student, and within 12 months they can know all they need to know to go on and change their lives from ordinary to extraordinary. But they have to believe in the industry. And when you take someone to rally, their belief changes there. But the most important thing is people have to believe in themselves. And when you come to the rally and when you mix with people like myself, like the leaders, like the GLT, like the new achievers, your own belief begins to grow because you rub shoulders, you know, with the giants. That's what happened to me when I went to San Francisco. I went from being quite quiet. I know you probably wouldn't think that now listening to me, but for being quite quiet, being a bit battered by life, you know, saying to myself, could I do it? Even though I joined to be successful, I still had that little voice on my shoulder, that little demon in my head. But when I came back from rally, nothing was going to stop me. So we change people's belief. Now, if we change their vision and if we change their belief, then we change their world. And if we change their world, in turn, our world changes as well. That's the impact the rally is going to have on you. So I just want to say that we owe, I just get emotional looking at this picture, but we owe so much to Rex. In every one of us, whether we have achieved something little, something medium, something big, or something huge like me, you know, we owe all of it to this man. His vision, his commitment, his sacrifice, his courage, his focus, his hard work, his work ethic over the years to take forever from a thought, a concept, from humble beginnings to being a giant in 150 countries with 40 years of growth around the world. That needs celebrating. We need to be there out of respect for him. We need to be there out of respect for ourselves. We need to be there to show others what the future can look like for them. So we need to spread the word. We need to make sure that we make the next 40 years as incredible as this 40 years. And we need to change lives around the world. because in a world full of uncertainty, I believe Forever Living is the quiet, silent giant of consistency that changes all lives for the better, with a wonderful range of products, a wonderful opportunity, and wonderful people that are here to empower us to be the best that we can be. I hope you've enjoyed spending the last hour with me. I hope that when you ring off this call that you are inspired, you are motivated, and you're ready to rock and ready to participate in all that we're going to bring to you to help you step into your excellence. So thank you very much for listening to me tonight, and I'll see you somewhere in the USA over the next few weeks and months.
Well, thank you very much, Jayne. What can I say? What an incredible hour we've had. Now, Jayne was meant to hand over to Garen Breinholt, your Executive Vice President. Unfortunately, because of all the amazing information we've had, and it went on a little bit longer than planned, Garen had to head out to the office. So my name's Nick Woodward-Shaw, and I'm the Vice President of Global Events here at the Home Office. I just want to take the opportunity to say thank you so much to Jayne. As Greg said at the beginning during his introduction, she's the very best we have in the forever world, and we truly appreciate your time and are so grateful for all the commitments you're giving to Forever North America. It means so much to us over here. So Jayne went through the rules in quite a lot of detail, but make sure that you make yourself familiar with those. She mentioned the Focus on Success Facebook page that you'll be able to join. This image you can see here is available as a download on there. Make sure you get to know the rules. It's really important before you start out. You understand what you're working towards. I do know that there was a lot of wonderful friends from around the world, not necessarily just North America, so we're glad that you guys should be on the call, but it's worth noting that this incentive is only open to North America, that's US and Canada. So apologies to you guys, but we're not wasting your time, because I know many of you have prospects over here, or maybe new starters, but if not, maybe it's time to get to work and find some. Grasp this opportunity, reach out to any contacts that you have over here, and get them to join this incentive, and they can help to grow and build your North American business, even if you're from the UK or Malaysia or South Africa, and I know there's some of you guys there. So to help you as well, we've been working with Jayne on a fantastic new Start Your Journey pack, and there's an image coming up right now. Oh, those are the details of the rules. But like I say, go onto the Facebook page. Here it is. So this is the Start Your Journey combo pack that's new and improved and available as of today. This pack is perfect for those new starters in your business. It will get them to assistant supervisor straight away. It's worth 1.4 case credits, $245 US, and it's got everything you need, all our top selling products, to be able to start the journey with Forever. And then using this pack and the fantastic fantastic incentive and opportunity that Jayne's been talking about, it'll really get their business going at a fast rate. Just to note that $245 is the Novus price for those new starters in the business. Second note we've got as a second order incentive, and this is something that's been working fantastically well in other areas, you can get a literature pack on the second order that's made of a new person. So that's a real extra boost to your business for making a second order. So just to wrap up, it's time to race to the rally. As Jayne said, the rally really is a gift to everybody in North America. It's time to take this seriously and really get to work. Make sure you register for that next webinar. It's going to be on the 10th of September, so we've got a week and a half before that. It's going to be on a Sunday evening, North American time, presented by Jayne. And she'll be guiding you through every step of the way. And if you're prepared to put in the work and be committed, both her and the North American sales team are here for you to help you do this. Please allow this opportunity to change your future. It really can. And as Jayne said, it's happened all over the world, where the global rally trip and incentive has changed the lives of so many people. Thank you once again to the amazing Jayne Leach. We love you so much and are so thankful to you, and thankful to all of you for tuning in, for your time. But it's time to get to work. We're going to see you on the 10th of September. Goodbye.